Kia ora koutou. This trade had everything. Hesitation, a deep pullback, a near panic exit, and a wild comeback. It's day 50 of my live day trading journey, and I locked in 33.81 on one trade with XHG. But it definitely didn't go how I imagined. Let's break it down. So if I bring out the charts, on the scanner this morning, LOBO was sort of the leading gainer this morning. And when I saw it, it was in this area here. It was just starting to pull back below VWAP. Did push back through, but it was on the back end of this move here, and it had already done a big push through VWAP. So didn't really look at that. The other stock that was pushing it was INHD, or was up on the scanner. INHD, when I saw it was, where's that button? I saw it in this area here. So it had pulled all the way back down to 345 from a high of 550. And I saw it as it was pushing back up to VWAP. I saw that push there, up, broke through VWAP and basically rejected back below pretty quickly. So that didn't look too promising either. Had some strength there to get up over VWAP, but just couldn't hold and pulled back. But a few minutes later, was the stock XHG. This popped up on the scanner, and this is what I took the trade on today. So when I first saw it, I think it was breaking up through here, 375, and broke through the previous high. I didn't jump in then. I hesitated on that. I think I just switched across to it when it popped up through there. It pulled back, and there was an opportunity to get in here on the pullback, especially if on that second pullback down to 370, 368, and that could have been a good entry there. I obviously didn't get in there. I got in on the second pullback, second red candle, I got in at 412. So 412 is around this level here. So not the best entry. Best entry would have been down here, more around $4. But not bad either. And then it pushed up to 438. So I should have been out around 430, between 430 and 438. That would have been the exit. But I hesitated with the trading platform, and I didn't put a sell order out straight away. Obviously in pre-market, I have to put out a limit order, and I switched across to sell, but I didn't get my sell order out quick enough, and it had already pulled back down to $4. So I missed my exit up here at 430, over 430. Pulled back, and then it dumped below VWAP, and this was like, here we go. Actually, I'll bring out the video. Yeah, so this is, you can see here, it's pulling back, and this is where I buy in here at 412 as it's pulling back. I probably could have held longer and waited for it to hit $4 or come down to $4 before getting in, or even on this, when it confirmed that it was going to go green, really, because it could have kept pulling back again. But yeah, I missed getting out here at the top, and then it pulls all the way back again. So probably when it broke down through that level there, that was an opportunity to stop out for 10 cents maybe 8 or 10 cent loss, and that was probably the go, because now I'm down over $50 loss. Got down to about a $50 loss, and that could have been disastrous. This is by 5 times the speed, by the way. I'll just slow it down a bit. So down here, I am definitely not looking in good shape. I'm down $50. I didn't, as soon as it started buying up, I thought there was a chance of it coming back up through to VWAP. And if it came up through VWAP, depending on how strong it came through, I was going to sell around VWAP just to get out of this trade. But it actually pushed up actually pushed up quite aggressively through VWAP. Still, the volume wasn't quite as big as the red candle, but I thought I'd give it a chance to break over, and it did. Like that second candle pushed straight through my buy order and is up to 422. So now I'm in profit around $25. So I'm just going to rewind that a bit, because what happens here is I'm hovering over my sell key and I push sell there, and you can see the little notice down the bottom here that it's been rejected. And so what I keep forgetting is that my the platform on TradingView, if I have it on balance, it actually changes the amount of shares I have for the order. And if I don't manually change it myself, or lock in the amount of shares that I want to sell, then it will actually change that. So then if I'm trying to sell more shares than I've got, actually how many I've bought, it rejects the order. So that was what happened there. And then I was panicking, because I was thinking, what am I doing? Why is it not selling? And I tried to sell again at 446 and still not selling. And then I realized it was because the quantity was wrong. So I manually put in the right quantity, finally got it, and then I pushed the sell order. So I was a little bit late pushing it at the highs, but I got filled at 461, which was a pretty good fill. I could have waited a little bit longer, because it did push back up a bit higher to 480 again, I think. But holding through this pullback here, I don't know if I would have done that. Yeah, and here it's pushing back up to 470, 478. And then pulling back again. So, bit of a roller coaster ride on that trade. Right idea to get in here, but probably better waiting for confirmation on the green, or getting out, at when it had pushed up here for a, when I'm still in profit here. Holding through this drawback was a risk, and not stopping out earlier, I definitely did take a bigger risk. If that had kept dropping, then it would have been a bigger loss than $50, and I'd be in the same boat as last week, taking a loss that is far bigger than what it should be. So really, bit fortunate really that it did rally again, and I managed to get a decent profit on that trade. Not the best trade, really, but fortunate in the end. And then the stock rolled over, dropped down below VWAP, and I think it pretty much stayed below VWAP for the rest of the session. Oh no, it did bounce again, I think once more. Once it was sort of over here, I didn't take any more trades, and because I had a job early in the morning, I decided to call it a night after this trade. So I filled out my data sheet and then closed everything up. So just stop that, jump in there. So yeah, bought 69 shares, entry at 412 and exit at 461. And I made a $33.81 profit today. So happy with the profit. Not so happy with the trade in itself. I felt it was a bit fortunate in getting away with that one. And even, you know, I didn't hold till 461. I had actually tried to exit twice earlier, once at 427 and once at 446, I think it was. So my platform not working how I expected it to work actually did me a favour in the end. So yeah. So looking on the week, it's nice to see a bit more green in the month, but still down on the month, $61. So still got a little bit to go to get back in the green for the month, but you know, getting closer and closer each day. And if I can keep chipping away with these sort of base hit trades, and you know, if I can get another trade like today, $30 or $40, that would be even better. That's day 50 in the books. I'm truly grateful for every lesson so far, and even more grateful to everyone who's joined me on this journey. Your comments, questions, tips, and support have made a huge difference. Hearing your perspectives, strategies, and tips has helped me grow, and I'm learning more every day because of it. Thanks for being here. If you're enjoying the ride, make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. I'd love to hear what you think. Here's to the next 50. Let's keep learning and leveling up together. See you tomorrow. Hey ya, popo.